new evacuation orders in parts of Jamestown and Sonora because of this fire burning in Tuolumne County. It is being called the Washington Fire, and Cal Fire says it's burning in two separate locations, Stockton Road in Sonora and also near Highway 108 and Golf Links Road in Jamestown. ABC 10's John Bartell is on the way to the scene. And John, what can you tell us as you head that way?
Hey guys, I've been talking to a couple people that actually live in Jamestown right now, and this fire is extremely close. It's been working its way on Highway 108. 108 is kind of the main faro through that gets you all the way from Jamestown and Sonora. Now, this fire right here is just very active, according to a lot of these residents I've been talking to. If you can see some of these images coming from Mary Lewis here, this is from downtown Jamestown here, and you can see, like, she was been showing me several pictures of the fires, the smoke right over a lot of these buildings. Just to give you a little perspective here, the Jamestown and Sonora, they're about 11 minutes away, so these towns are very close together. About 5,000 people in Jamestown, about 15,000 in Sonora there. So there's a lot of concern here, guys.
Indeed, this is a breaking news story. Our John Bartell is headed in that direction. We'll have more throughout the evening. Now to the other wildfires burning in Northern California. There are new evacuation orders tonight as the Caldor Fire continues to grow. Those evacuations now include additional parts of El Dorado County. Take a look. They are from Twin Bridges east to Echo Summit, from Highway 50 south to the Amador-Alpine County line, and from Highway 50 north to Flagpole Peak. Evacuation warnings are also going out in Alpine County. The Caldor Fire has burned more than 136,000 acres, and containment is now at 12%. More than 24,000 people have been forced to leave their homes. Madison.
Yeah, and ABC 10's Luke Clary is now live near the Sierra at Tahoe Ski Resort, which is in the path of the Caldor Fire. Luke, what's the latest from where you are?
Madison, Chris, we're on the road to Sierra Tahoe, where you can normally see for miles at this outlook point. Right now, just that heavy haze of smoke. We're seeing so much ash falling, it almost looks like snowflakes. But up the road, you talk to the folks inside this beloved ski resort, and they said that they are prepared for whatever comes.
No, there's a lot of love for this resort, and I know that a lot of people are going to fight real hard to make sure that it doesn't happen.
Thinking about the worst case scenario for the slopes and lodges at the time-honored Sierra at Tahoe Resort. Only a handful of Cal Fire officials and sheriff's deputies here to get the word out. This place is in the red zone. Mandatory evacuation.
Be here till they tell me to get out.
General Manager John Rice says most of the employees are long gone. From a mountaintop alert cam, you can see little more than smoke. It's just as heavy on the ground.
Right there, that's the top of Huckleberry Peak.
As a Lake Valley Fire District board member, Rice has had access to the command center in Placerville.
Just about every other person taps me on the shoulder and says, I learned how to ski there, or I have a pass there. So a guy yesterday was wearing a Sierra Tahoe face mask.
It's a great place to have this close to our home.
Evacuations happening at the base of the mountain too. James McLaughlin strapping in some of his vehicles and watering down his home one last time before getting out of Dodge.
I feel for all the people that are out there in the parking lots just waiting to see if their house is going to be there, and a lot of them know that it's not.
I just got to hope that she's going to be okay.
This man is a retired Seattle firefighter near the evacuation lines, helping homeowners secure their houses.
I can see you're working hard. I see the sawdust on your hat.
Yeah, just, trimming trees with what you got.
Meanwhile, back at Sierra at Tahoe, there's hope that the parking lots and slopes will act as a natural fire break.
We've done just about everything we can do. It would be as prepared as we can be.
Now, we believe at this point that everyone has left the resort, aside from maybe some fire personnel who could still be up there. That includes, though, the general manager, John Rice, who left moments ago. He says that this year the resort is celebrating its 75th anniversary. You talk to anybody, you know how much love there is for this place and what a loss it would be if the Caldor Fire makes its way here.
Oh, what a loss that would be. Yeah, Luke, and everyone is pitching in to protect it. It's great to see. Luke, thank you. Let's get things over to Tracy Humphrey now. Tracy, a red flag warning looming.
Yeah, red flag warning looming, and we could be looking at a worst case scenario when you start talking about Lake Tahoe and the Caldor Fire. But before we get to that, we're going to take a look at that new fire that we're dealing with, the one near Jamestown. That is the Washington Fire, and you can see some of the smoke associated with it. It is just south of Sonora. Winds coming in this afternoon will be out of the west to northwest, pushing it to the east as well as to the southeast. And that's going to be our weather forecast for the winds. Those winds coming in around 10 miles per hour. Take a look at it. Again, those westerly winds coming in around 7 miles per hour. This, the one down on the bottom here is the Washington Fire. This is the Aerola Fire. You can see they're very close to one another. And then well up toward Placerville is where we're looking at the Caldor Fire. Speaking of the Caldor Fire, winds associated with this particular fire coming in out of the west to northwest as well, pushing it again to the east as well as to the southeast. And coming up, we got a red flag warning that is now in effect for all the areas that you see highlighted in red. And we're also going to be taking a look at a breakdown, the Caldor Fire versus the Tahoe Basin. And we're going to be carving out just how strong those winds are going to get next week.